The best in regional sports from Southeast Michigan. WLEN Adrian, HD2, W243AD, 96.5 The Cave.
96.5 The Cave. Lenawee County Sports. Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. This is Inside the Cave on 96.5 FM and 965thecave.com. Sports talk radio with a local angle, where we give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports, interview area coaches and players, and get you ready to start your day.
Good morning.
Now grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass, because it's time to go inside the cave.
And a good Wednesday morning. It's August 19th, 2020. You're inside the cave. My name is Ian Wentz and John Roberts across the way. A lot of stuff to get to on the show today. We're here till 9 o'clock. A big night for the Tigers' future on the mound tonight. We'll talk about that. An update to our NBA and NHL top 5 as those two leagues continue their playoffs this week. Let's get to some sports headlines.
Now for an Inside the Cave sports update.
So we've heard about high school football being canceled for the fall, but other fall sports will proceed as scheduled during the pandemic. One of those is volleyball. Steve Barkway checked in with Tecumseh coach Kelsey Lindquist.
You know, Steve, it's been tough because, I really want the girls to be able to play, and I have about 7 seniors who want to have their senior season, and we've just been waiting for the MHSAA to make a final decision as to when we can have our season. They told us we are able to start outside, so we have been practicing at the pit, which has 2 beach courts, so that's been nice, but we're still kind of waiting to see what the final plan is as to when we can compete, so hopefully we hear that soon.
Tecumseh volleyball coach Kelsey Lindquist, more with her tomorrow. Adrian College, they're proceeding with plans to play football this fall, finding some opponents to schedule. Steve Barkway also got the latest with Bulldog head coach Jim Deere.
We're looking at 4 games in the fall, and then the possibility of playing for a league title with 6 games in the spring. So that's kind of where we're at. We've secured, it looks like, 3 opponents. Don't have exact dates. Still working on the 4th one. Looks like as early as we would play would be September 26th, and then if not, then it'd be the first weekend in October, and basically play through October and be done by November 1st.
AAC Bulldog football coach Jim Deere. Tariq Skubal made his major league pitching debut for the Tigers last night as their current number 5 prospect in the farm system. He is projected to win many games over the next several years, but his debut against the White Sox did not go as he hoped, losing 10-4 for the surging Sox, winners of 4 straight. Detroit heading in the opposite direction. They've dropped 7 in a row. Chicago was the most successful offensive team against the Tigers this year, so it was a tough assignment for his opener. The 23-year-old lefty gave up a leadoff home run to last year's reigning AL batting champ Tim Anderson. He told the media that he tried to gather himself after that mentally and physically. Here's Tariq.
Just trying to settle down after that, make some good pitches, some quality pitches, and then get out of that inning, which I did. And the second inning, just trying to do the same thing, make quality pitches and get outs. Unfortunately, I wish I could get a couple pitches back, but it's part of the game.
That audio courtesy of MLive.com. He gave up 4 runs on 7 hits, 1 walk, 52 pitches needed to get through 2 innings. He threw 30 in the first. He also finished with only 1 strikeout. Up next tonight, their top prospect and number 1 overall pick 2 years ago, Casey Mize, makes his major league debut. The Lions' defensive line is already thin and may have lost their 7th-round pick defensive lineman when Jason Cornell suffered a pretty serious leg injury, according to Coach Matt Patricia. TJ Hawkinson was back on the field after his ankle injury last season. He says he's 100%. The Lions' recent top defensive back, Jeff Okuda, has been struggling so far in covering the Lions' top receivers, learning of the challenges of transitioning to the next level. The promising defensive back lost both of his one-on-one battles against fellow rookie Quintez Cephas and Kenny Galladay on Tuesday. Meanwhile, number 1 pick this past draft, quarterback Joe Burrow of the Cincinnati Bengals, sort of feeling things out in camp as well.
It felt good to be back out there in pads, and a lot of people were talking about how weird it felt to put the shoulder pads on because they haven't been on in so long, but it was good to be back out there. It was okay. It wasn't, what you'd like to see on a red zone day, but, it was the first one. It started raining a little bit. Obviously I'd like to play better than I did, and I know as an offense we'd like to play better than we did.
Again, former LSU standout quarterback and a current Bengals quarterback, Joe Burrow. And finally, at Michigan State, they've moved to online classes this fall, but the same is true at North Carolina, except unlike the Spartans, they will play football. For the moment, the change does not impact how North Carolina football players prepare for the upcoming season, but other universities are taking note. Here's ESPN's Paul Feinbaum.
By itself, this is not enough to kill football in the ACC, but, and here's the big but, if you see this on more campuses, it really puts the pressure on the college administrators to justify playing football in an environment where it's not safe for students to go. It's so obvious that this is a problem.
Many have said you can't have football without students on campus, so the latest developments puts more pressure on administrators to make the right call. The Tar Heels are scheduled to open their season September 12th against Syracuse. Real quick, a couple of scores. I think we have the NHL scores. Their playoffs were last night. Shuffling through my endless stack of papers here. There we go. Philadelphia 2-0 winners over Montreal. Dallas a 2-1 win over Calgary. Washington beat the Islanders 3-2. And Vegas moves on as they beat Chicago last night 4-3. That's it for our sports update this morning. We'll do it again at 8 o'clock. Don't worry, John's here. Hey, John.
I am. Just been listening politely.
Kind of kept your mic off. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Had to get through those. They'll hear plenty of you at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
We'll have you do the update then. So, number one, great to be back. It's been almost 2 weeks since I've been on the cave, inside the cave. Had a little vacation time. Glad to have it. Thank you to all you guys for making it work when I was gone.
Hey, it's what we do.
Yeah.
You guys have done it for me.
That's true. That's true. But
Everybody, I think there was a song, Everybody Needs a Little Time Away.
I don't know it, but you might be right. That'll be my homework, I guess.
There you go. It's probably before you were born.
Yeah. It's a little early for homework, even in high school, 7:08. I was not in class yet.
Well,
Certainly not in college. I
no.
was not awake at 7:08.
No.
Maybe still awake at 7:08, not waking up at 7:08.
Yeah. Not even for an 8 o'clock were you probably waking up at 7:08. No.
So we got our top 5 revamped lists of NBA and NHL teams. I got a text from you. It was probably a couple weeks ago now, and saying, wasn't Edmonton in your top 5? And I reluctantly said yes, as I watched them get eliminated. So a chance to take them off the list and add a more, I guess, worthy opponent to those. We're going to do that a little bit later, I think.
Yeah.
But which of these do you want to talk about first? I mean, you want to talk about the Tigers' struggles, what you're expecting from Casey Mize,
Well,
Michigan State students, North Carolina, a lot of stuff we can talk about.
Tiger sounds as good a place as any to start. Yeah, as the story said, 2 teams heading in different directions between them and the White Sox. But hey, They're what, 9-11 now, 9-10.
Yeah, I heard they're 4 games back.
Yeah, again, I look at it this way: they're playing essentially 500 baseball, which is way better than most of us thought they would do. They'll probably end up a little bit below 500 now at this point because they're a third of the way through the season and they're 2 games under 500.
They're 9-12.
9-12, 3 games under 500, I guess. So if they continued to play at this pace, they'd finish with about 21, 22, maybe 23 wins.
So we're looking at the American League Central. You got the Twins, a team a lot of people expected to be up there.
Yep.
Cleveland,
Yep.
a game and a half back,
Yep.
about where people thought. White Sox, 3 games back. My pick last month to win the division, Chicago.
Yes.
They're 3 back. The Tigers, 5.5, so they weren't quite 4. And the Royals, 6.5. They're 2 losses worse than the Tigers at 9-14. So it has been tough sledding. I mean, the Tigers were 9-7.
Yeah.
Just last week, and we're
right,
talking
9-5.
Yeah,
because they've lost 7 in a row.
Yeah, we're talking playoffs. We're talking all sorts of crazy stuff for the Tigers. But as I see in the comments on the internet, they're leveling off.
They are,
to put it lightly.
Yeah, which I think happens in any baseball season, whether it's 60 games or 162. You're going to level out at some point. I mean, you got to figure things out and make changes in some of the things that you're trying to do. Pitchers need to adjust. Hitters need to adjust. And, that's how you maintain a long professional career is staying ahead of your opponents. And they're got a lot of young guys. I mean, we saw one last night, the pitcher. He's, it's his first major league game. Sometimes guys come up and they're amazing in their first major league game, and sometimes they're not. And doesn't necessarily mean how the rest of their career is going to go.
No, not at all.
I'm sure he'll pitch better games given the opportunity.
Yeah, that's a tough start, like we said in the update, to go against a team that can really hit the ball in Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and it won't, won't be easy for Mize today. I mean, it's just, it's a different level when you step up to the major leagues from the minor leagues, and you got to hope they're ready, and they will be. I mean, that's what we as fans have to believe is they're ready to play.
So since the Tigers, it seems like so long ago, they swept the Pirates.
Yes,
they went to Pittsburgh, so they won 3 straight. They would then lose 3 to they lose 2 out of 3 to the White Sox.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinals postponed. And then they lose 3 to Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
And now 2 to Chicago.
Yep.
Now they're, like we said, leveling off. And I was telling you guys at the beginning when they're doing really well, look, they're playing the Royals. They got lucky against the Reds a couple times with late home runs. Wait till they play Cleveland a couple times in 2 weeks. Wait till they play the Twins. They haven't played Minnesota yet.
No, they have not. My pick to win the Central, by the way, the Twins.
They don't play them for a while. The 27th is the first time the Tigers play the Twins.
Wow.
Yep. So they got to finish up with the White Sox tonight, and then tomorrow, 3 with Cleveland. Good luck. They're in Cleveland. And then you got the Cubs for 3, and then Minnesota for 4.
It's a tough stretch.
It is.
I mean, probably the worst team out there in that stretch, once they get past today's game, is the Cubs. And they're not terrible. I mean, the Indians and the Twins are pretty good.
Well, the Cubs are first in their division right now.
Well, hey, there you go.
15-7.
So they're not terrible.
No. Looking at the basement dwellers of the MLB, kind of where the Tigers find themselves. The Nationals have the same record. They're 9-12. Kind of a surprise.
That is amazing. I have one of them as one of my wild cards.
Yeah, they'll have to figure it out real quick.
Real quick.
We got the Reds, 9-11.
They're my other
surprise
wild
there.
card
They
in
were
the
my champ for the Central Division.
Well, my champ in the National League Central has only played about 4 games, I think, this year, the Cardinals.
Yeah. just about. You got the Pirates, worst team in baseball, 4-15.
Not shocking.
No. The Giants, they've played more than the Tigers, but they're 9-16. That's looking at the National League. The American League, Blue Jays, 9-11. That's kind of, I think, where people put them.
Yeah.
Fourth in that division. Red Sox, what's going on there? They're 6-18.
Wow.
Yeah, Boston's having a rough start. You got the Royals at 9-14.
Not really surprising.
No.
I mean, they figured, I think most people figured they and the Tigers would kind of battle it out for fifth place.
And then you got the Angels, 8-16.
Did
you have them up there in the West?
No, I had the A's winning the West.
Okay.
But it just amazes me. How bad do you feel for a guy like Mike Trout? He's going to be stuck maybe for his whole career on bad Angels. Are the Angels ever going to be good with him, it seems like?
They paid him like they're going to be.
They might want to pay some other guys that are good to play with him. I just, man, oh man, oh man. Guy's supposed to be, the best player in the game, arguably the best player in the game, and he hasn't played too many winning seasons.
No.
Be interesting to look that up.
And then you got the Mariners, basement dwellers as well. 7 wins, 18 losses. So, the Tigers aren't the worst of the worst.
No.
Next few games will be telling for Detroit. But, man, I am looking forward to, like everyone is, Casey Mize.
Yeah.
Tonight.
I mean, that's the thing that, I think carries you through as a fan right now is watching these young guys play. Paredes, he had a RBI single, 2 RBI single, his first major league hit on Monday night. Last night you saw a screwball pitch. How can the guy be? He's got to have a screwball in his repertoire as a pitcher.
If not, he does right now.
He needs to add that. That's a pitch he needs to work on in the offseason, I think.
A Tariq screwball?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's a
Maybe his
T-shirt.
teachers called him that.
Could be when he was goofing around in class. I bet you have screwball.
So people, I'm sure, have made comparisons for Casey Mize.
Yeah, I saw an article in one of the Detroit papers the other day, and it talked about they're kind of handling him the same way that they handled Justin Verlander coming up, and if he can be as good as Justin Verlander was, all right. The Tigers will be okay with him pitching for them.
Look, I mean, he's, like you alluded to a little bit, he's getting groomed to be the ace.
Yep.
He's got to know that by now.
Sure.
But there's not a ton of pressure.
No,
it's not like the Tigers recently have seen success.
Right.
And now they need him to get him over the hump.
Right.
No. Look, Casey, you're going to be it.
Grow into this
Don't
role.
get hurt.
Right.
Figure out the major league game. You're striking out these AAA guys for 2 years,
Yep.
Give it a chance. We'll see what you do. Number one, don't get hurt. I can't say that enough.
Yeah, that's a big thing is take care of that arm.
Now, whether he pitches tonight and stays for an extended period of time, I don't know. What the money situation is, how long he can pitch in the majors, and they got to pay him a certain amount, blah, blah, blah. But I'm ready. I'm ready to see him on the big stage.
Unfortunately, I'm going to be on the road to Virginia, so I will not see him pitch tonight, and I'm kind of bummed out about that. But I'm sure I'll be able to watch some highlights on social media and the internet. But and that's the thing. Every start, every game he pitches is a step in the process. And, if he pitches so this year, that's encouraging. I mean, I don't think anybody expects him to step right in. I mean, maybe some people do. I don't. I don't expect him to step in and look like he's a Cy Young candidate this year. He's going to have some lumps. I mean, like every rookie does. And so, you just want to see that he's got good command of his pitches, can make certain pitches, can locate pitches. If he can do those things, he can be successful.
Now, this would be I know you're a big social media person. This might be a good social media question. It's a two-parter.
Okay.
And we'll open up the phones to this. 517-265-4000. I didn't hit the button.
I know
Sorry.
you didn't. You're back to work. You're not on vacation
I got to get on
anymore,
top
Ian.
of things here. Number one, what is your expectation tonight for Casey Mize? And part two, what's your overall expectation? Are you expecting Casey to be the next Verlander, be the ace of this team, be a Cy Young candidate, or just be a reliable pitcher that we can have, for 10 years or something like that? Win a few important games, be second or third in the rotation. What's your expectation for Casey Mize in the future and tonight? We'll get to our answers after the break. We'll be right back with more Inside the Cave. My name is Ian Wentz. Also, John Roberts, Inside the Cave. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Dennis from Abbey Carpet and Floor, and it's easier than ever to tap into the convenience of smart home technology during the Hunter Douglas Smart Shade Savings Event that's going on now through September 7th. Enjoy valuable rebates starting at $150 on qualifying purchases of Hunter Douglas motorized shades like insulating duet honeycomb shades or dramatic pirouette window shades or the revolutionary Sonnet cellular roller shades, all equipped with the advanced wireless technology of PowerView motorization. Using this smart technology, the associated smart hub, and the mobile devices you use every day, you can easily program your motorized shades to move automatically to the scenes and schedules you set. Plus, PowerView integrates easily with some of the most popular home automation systems, intelligent shades, and smart savings. Connect with rebates now through September 7th. Limitations and restrictions apply, so ask us for details. Abbey Carpet and Floor, America's choice in floor fashion since 1958.
With our 8-year track record of teaching success through Tecumseh Virtual Academy, we are prepared to educate your students. Hundreds of students have taken core subjects and AP classes and gone on to graduate while participating in the TVA Dynamic Learning Community. This year, crossover options are available for in-class and online learning. With equipment and our experienced support staff provided, we invite you to contact Tecumseh Virtual Academy to explore your students' options. Go to TVA Tecumseh online or find our link on WLEN.com.
It's another Monday. Did you dread going back to work? Well, work doesn't have to feel like that every day. JTech invites you to apply for production operators now, including a signing bonus, $13.50 starting pay with a raise after 30 days, and career advancement opportunities, attendance and quota incentives, overtime opportunities, 14 paid holidays, plus paid vacation time, health benefits, and a 401k and more. Feel appreciated at work. Go to jtechllc.com to apply. jtechllc.com and get more from your job.
You'll hit a home run every time with Hayes Insurance Agency.
Their team of independent agents will cover all the bases
and find you the right policy at the best price.
For your car, your home, your business, whatever you need.
Hayes Insurance, serving residents of Lenawee County and beyond for over a half-century.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com. In 1968, Tigers great Jim Northrup hit 2 grand slams in one game.
And ever since, the Hayes Insurance Agency has been hitting grand slams for all its customers in Lenawee County and beyond.
For your car, your home, your farm, your business, count on Hayes Insurance Agency.
On Occidental Highway between Adrian and Tecumseh.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com.
ProMed Uniform is celebrating 25 years of business. ProMed Uniform's commitment to Lenawee County's healthcare, EMS, police, and fire personnel has always been a top priority. On sale now, in stock 511 tactical pants, 10% off. ProMed has an extensive inventory of medical scrubs, Barco, Grey's Anatomy, and Wonder Wing all in stock. All scrubs are currently 20% off their already low prices. ProMed Uniform will match or beat any competitor's price, including websites or catalogs. Medical, Fire, EMS, and Restaurant Attire. Check them out on Facebook and at 937 West Beecher in Adrian.
We are selling and replacing cars on our lot every day. In fact, on any given day, you can find out what's coming in next. This is Josh Hawley, General Sales Manager at Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton. Don't miss your opportunity to buy your next new or pre-owned vehicle from us. If you don't see it on our lot or website, stop in to see what's coming soon. We're just a short drive from anywhere in Lenawee, Jackson, and Hillsdale County because we are on the corner of M52 and US 12. Home of the lifetime warranty. Trucktown, Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players and get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
Are your floors screaming for a makeover? If so, O'Connor & Sons Floor Covering in Tecumseh, with their combined 160 years of experience, wants to help. O'Connor & Sons sell and install many styles of floor covering. They have the area's largest selection of luxury vinyl tile and planks, which are completely waterproof. O'Connor & Sons also carries Cali Bamboo, which are the world's hardest floors. Pet problems? No worries. They have pet-proof carpet that is guaranteed against all pet stains. O'Connor & Sons Floor Covering on Russell Road in Tecumseh. Call them at 423-6170, or for more information, check them out on Facebook at O'Connor & Sons Flooring.
The biggest sports stories. We've got you covered on 96.5 The Cave.
Expectations. What are your expectations for tonight? Casey Mize making his Major League debut. Welcome back to Inside the Cave. I'm Ian Wendt. John Roberts across the way. It's a Wednesday. It's 7/27, August 19th. Glad to have you with us Inside the Cave today. So, John, being the social media whiz he is, already posted up on Twitter, twitter.com/965thecave. What is your expectation or hope for Casey Mize of the Tigers tonight and going forward? If you're old-fashioned and want to call in and give your thoughts, you can call us at
265-4000.
517 is the area code. There we go. I found it.
Good job.
Thanks. So we'll get to ours. What's your expectation, John? We'll start with tonight for Casey Mize. Sort of how many innings are you expecting? Big strikeouts? The nerves?
Well, I think realistically, if he can, he's probably going to be on some kind of pitch count, I would guess. They're not going to probably let him come up and throw 110 pitches in his Major League debut. But I would guess if he pitches 5 innings and it's a competitive game, I think that's a pretty good debut. I mean, if they're winning or losing by a run or two and he's pitched fairly well and gone 5, I think that's, you'd have to be encouraged by that. Now, if he pitches 2 innings and it's 10-2 at the end of 2 innings, that's, you say, okay, you chalk it up to inexperience and you move on to the next one. But I would guess if he goes 5 innings and, gives up 2 or 3 runs and it's a close game or the Tigers are winning, people are going to be all fired up about this guy.
Right. Do not overreact.
Yeah,
he might have
exactly.
the best debut ever.
Right.
Don't overreact and don't underreact.
I'm old enough, and you're not, to remember when you can. That might be. I'm old enough, and you're not.
That's gonna be a drop later. Yeah.
I remember as a younger person watching Mark Fidrych in his Major League debut. That game happened to be on television, and he was unbelievable. I mean, he ended up winning the game 2-1. Pitched the whole game, which that doesn't happen very much anymore. And, the crowd was just, all his antics and that stuff. It was amazing. And, those expectations only kept growing for him. Now this is a totally different time for pitchers than it was back then. But, if he can, like I said, if he goes 5 innings, which is a quality start now today in Major League Baseball, and, the Tigers are in the game or winning, yeah, I think people have to feel pretty good about that.
What would make you upset about his start?
Well, like I said, we're upset if he doesn't make it out of the first inning.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I think I would be like, they probably brought him up too quick. I would almost have, maybe I probably would be overreacting feeling that way, but I still might feel that way. I don't want to see these guys get shelled in their major league debuts in their first few games, because that's not good for their confidence. And, you have to pitch with confidence.
In my mind, this night is exactly why the Tigers hired Ron Gardenhire. Okay, we got Casey Mize in Toledo or AAA or AA. He's going to be our guy.
Yeah.
Can you get him to where he can be our guy? It starts tonight. How he manages Casey Mize is going to be obviously huge for his development at the major league level. My expectation tonight, if he goes 3 innings,
okay,
that's at least once through the order, and he's probably going to be on a pitch count, like you said, between 50 and 60. Skubal threw 52 pitches last night.
Yes.
If I remember right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It took him 30 to get through the first. I don't expect that from Mize.
And I think some of that is that they're different kinds of pitchers. I mean, and that may have something to do it when you're a power pitcher. It generally doesn't take as many pitches. Yeah, I mean, but not, we had someone tweet in that now he's playing the 1% of baseball, and it's a different game, and that there's a lot to that sentiment right there.
It's also nice in a way that there's going to be no fans.
Yeah, especially on the
Chicago.
road.
Yeah.
I mean that I think that'll help, but he's going to be as the person who tweeted in, he's going against the less than 1% of baseball, going against one of the hottest teams in baseball. He'll probably be on about a 60 pitch count. And they're just breaking him in. And I think that's an accurate assessment of what's going to happen. And, like you said, if 60 pitches is 3 innings, and, again, you hope that they're in the game. It's a close game. If he does that, whether it's 3 innings, 4 innings, 5 innings, you'd have to feel, I think, really good about his debut.
I think 4 runs would be Gardenhire's limit. For Casey, like you said, you don't want him to get shelled
right
in his first game. But if he goes an inning and 2/3, gives up 4 runs, I think you look at, okay, let's get him out of here.
Yeah.
He saw major league hitters.
Sure.
We don't want it to snowball and blow his confidence. I don't think it will.
No.
He's not that kind of
and
player.
I think, too, it probably depends, if the White Sox have 4 runs, how many runs do the Tigers have? If it's a 4-4 game, it might leave him in a little longer to try and give him a chance to get a win in his first major league start. Like I said, I think probably that if he went 5 innings and 60, maybe 70 pitches, I'd be ecstatic. I think that's because if he pitches 5 innings, they're in the game or winning the game. I mean, if they're getting beat, he's probably not going to stick around for 5 innings.
Yeah. I've never played professional baseball.
No.
Just putting that disclaimer out there. But Mize is used to striking guys out in AAA. The hitters in AAA compared to these major league guys,
Sure.
your strikeout pitch, they're going to foul it off.
Yeah.
How do you respond? What do you come back with?
Yeah,
limiting those mistakes, battling these guys. Some really good hitters in Chicago.
Oh.
How are you going to deal with that as a starting pitcher? I'm super excited. I'm sure all the Tiger fans are out there for finally Casey Mize making his major league debut tonight, starting for the Detroit Tigers, trying to snap that losing streak, get Detroit right on track. If you want to call in and talk about it, we'll take your phone calls at
265-4000.
517 is the area code. The question has already been posted up on twitter.com/965 the cave.
We had Pat listening at home. He texted in, if Mize is pitching well after 4 innings, do you leave him in? I think probably it depends on what his pitch count is.
Yes.
I think if he pitches well for 4 innings and he's at 60-some pitches, you might go to your bullpen.
Yeah, I think
the pitch count might be more determining than how well he's pitching at this stage in the game. So if he's done after 4 innings at 60, 65 pitches, and if it's a close game, the Tigers are in the lead. Probably if they're in the lead, I probably would go to my bullpen. I know he won't get credit for the win because he hasn't pitched enough innings, but.
And this goes back to what I said initially. This is why Gardy is there.
Yeah.
This is exactly
True.
why you hire him.
Yeah.
You got young hitters.
Young pitchers.
You got some great pitching coming up.
Yeah.
How are you going to manage these guys?
Yeah.
And that's why they make a lot more money than I do.
That's right. He does.
Yeah, he does.
You make a lot of money.
But
here.
we're not talking
We're not
manager
talking
money.
manager money.
No.
You're like bench coach money right now.
Maybe. Maybe. So we're keeping that question out there about your expectations or hope for Casey Mize tonight. We got to get to a break here in a couple minutes, John, but it's Wednesday.
Yes.
So we do our list.
We're going to switch
on
gears
Wednesday.
here.
Yep. Right before the break, we'll get it started. Pick heads or tails?
Tails.
All right, so we're going with NHL.
Okay.
We're calling this a 2.0 playoffs top 5, however
Sure.
we want to phrase it.
Sure.
So we'll get number 5 out of the way, then we'll go to a break.
Okay.
These teams are deep in the playoffs now. Most of them, if not all of them, have played 4 games already. We've had one team advance, and that's Las Vegas. So where are we starting with number 5, John?
Well, I have a new number 5 because my original number 5 was the Washington Capitals. And they did win last night, but they're down 3-0 to my new, or 3-1 now, to my new number 5. And that's the New York Islanders. They've looked good. I mean, I don't know that Washington is as good as they were a few years ago when they won the Cup, but they're still a pretty good hockey team. They still have Alex Ovechkin, and they're not terrible. And the Islanders have made them look silly, really, until the second period last night.
So, oddly enough, I'm going opposite of what you just said. I'd be worried if I'm New York. Don't get too comfortable.
You think the Caps are going to come back from down 3-0?
It's 2020.
Okay.
Anything can happen.
You are correct.
So
Yeah.
I think Washington is still deserving of a number 5.
Okay.
That's where I have them.
Okay.
There's still all that talent there.
There is. There's no question.
Now, are they the Cowboys of hockey this year with all the talent?
It's a good analogy.
And then they don't perform? I don't know. But don't be surprised if Washington catches fire and puts New York on their heels. So they're number 5 for me right now.
Okay.
Could be controversial. I could be eating my words later, as I have a couple times on the show. But Washington number 5. John's got the Islanders at number 5. We'll be back with 4 through 1. We're talking NHL top 5 teams right now in the playoffs here on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
Long Motor Sales in Tecumseh is asking for your help. Please do your part and wear a face mask while you're in public spaces. Do it for the kids, if not for yourself. We want our kids to be able to go back to school this fall. A friendly reminder that you can shop Long's current inventory online at longmotorsales.net.
New to the lot this week at Long Motor Sales is a Burgundy 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. This sporty SUV features a strong V6 engine, remote keyless entry, and four-wheel drive. With 130,000 miles, there's still a lot of life left on this one. Priced at $12,750. Stop in and tell Eric you want to take this car for a ride today.
If your vehicle needs an oil change or a major overhaul or repair, take it to Long's Automotive Service. Nathan Long has over 15 years of experience as a certified technician, giving you dealership quality service at a low price. Long Motor Sales and Long Automotive Service in Tecumseh. Long, a name you know and trust.
Is your asphalt driveway cracking? Does it need maintenance? After years of wear and tear, this is Rocky from K&B Asphalt Paving and Seal Coating. We do seal coating, hot rubber crack filling, and unlike others, we also do our own striping, patching, and paving. We are your one-stop shop for all your driveway and parking lot needs. We have 25 years of expertise and are fully insured for commercial and residential work. Visit us online or call 264-2541 for more information. At K&B Asphalt, we pledge to keep our customers satisfied by providing expert service with quality materials at a competitive price.
Ready for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? We have rates as low as 1.99%. Hi, I'm Carrie Watts, Finance Manager at Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton. You heard me right. You could qualify for financing as low as 1.99% on the purchase of your next new or pre-owned vehicle. You may even qualify for financing with no money out of pocket. We work with 20 different lenders, so financing is guaranteed. Let's run some numbers and get you in your next vehicle from Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton.
As you feel the blades of grass tickle your bare feet, a subtle breeze stirs the green leaves overhead. There you are, sipping a cold drink, admiring the beauty and solitude of your own landscaped backyard. The realization has set in. Calling Sealers Landscape and Design was the best and easiest decision you've ever made. Their 3D design program brought your paradise to life. Now for the tough decision, where to put the hammock. Call Sealers Landscape and Design at 442-4823 for a free estimate today.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players and get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
Michigan's auto insurance laws are changing, and that means drivers have a lot to think about, right, Steve Hayes?
People are going to have to be hands-on on their auto insurance. They've got a lot of choices here. Bodily injury limits or your PIP choice. You're going to stay unlimited, or do you want to ramp it down?
But one thing hasn't changed. The local independent agents at Hayes Insurance Agency. They know the new laws inside and out. And whether you're one of their customers or not, they'll help you make an intelligent, informed decision.
It's not uncommon for us to take calls for 5 hours a day of just questions. I get a lot of paperwork that might be intimidating, and we walk them through it. We don't tell people what they should do. We're going to give them the option.
From the simplest questions to the most complex, count on Steve Hayes and his staff at the Hayes Insurance Agency.
I want to be the agent that has the most knowledge about these new laws.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Hayes Insurance, 423-8316.
Lenawee's original sports franchise, 96.5 The Cave.
A Sandpaper Serenade gets us back into the show. 7:44 on a Wednesday morning. Ian Wendt, John Roberts inside the cave. Doesn't that sound like sandpaper?
It does. Is that the title of the song?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
It is now. Sandpaper Serenade. We can live with that, right?
Yes. Yeah. You know, when you were, I don't know if when you were a little kid, I remember as a little kid, like elementary school music class, the instruments that you had were like made out of household items sometimes. You could really take like 2 blocks of wood and just rub some sandpaper together. Is that a musical instrument thing? I'm not a musical
I
instrument
played percussion.
guy. Yeah.
So
Is
we
that
played
something?
all that crazy stuff. Yeah.
So, that's a percussion. Is that an
There's
actual
been songs with sandpaper.
Have you?
Oh, yeah. I haven't played it, but there's been songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a certain grit you have to use on the sandpaper? Or?
Depends on the song.
Look at me sounding like Tim Allen sitting over here. A little home improvement.
Now, what if you go with a 60 grit
There you go.
versus 120? What kind of sound are you going to get?
There you go. Might make a difference.
All right, let's get back to work.
We should.
NHL top 5.
Yes.
Power rankings. Through this stage in the playoffs, it's been a couple weeks for me. So we're getting back into the list on Wednesday. We got the NBA coming up. More uncertainty with that league because they just started their playoffs.
Yeah.
The NHL's a little deeper into it. We kind of know who's who going into games tonight. So number 4, I'll jump on this one first. The Philadelphia Flyers, top seed in the East. They earned it. They're looking good. Some lower scoring games than people would like to see, but they're playing Montreal. They're looking good. I got Philly at number 4.
Same here for all the same reasons. And I was really impressed with Montreal coming down the stretch there. And, they were one of the teams in the qualifying round. And they look pretty good in the qualifying round, and Philadelphia's just overwhelming them. So, I have the Flyers at number 4 also. Did not have them in the original 5.
No, I don't think we did either.
I have 3 new teams in my top 5. So,
I mean, there were a couple upsets
So
in that opening round.
yeah.
Really shocked a lot of people.
Yes.
Switched up our top 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
In alternating fashion, John, who was your number 3?
Colorado Avalanche. They're still in mine. They're still looking pretty good out west, and I'm going to stick with them. They actually moved up a spot.
Yeah, Colorado, certainly offensive firepower. I think they'll be my 5A. They didn't make their way onto my list yet. They need that. They need to win the series.
Fair enough.
Win the series, you'll get in my top 5. Make note of it right now, Colorado fans. Number 3, the defending champs, St. Louis Blues. In the West, they're the 4 seed, battling back. They were down 2-0 against the Vancouver Canucks. Tied it up. A 3-2 win in overtime in Game 3, a 3-1 win in Game 4. They play Game 5 tonight at 10:30. I think St. Louis has it figured out. They hit their stride. They struggled in the round robin, but the Blues are back, and they stay in my top 5.
I had the Blues in my top 5. They are no longer in my top 5, and that was tough to do because I really felt pretty high on them coming into the playoffs. And, I worry sometimes about some of these teams. They sat during that qualifying round after playing a couple games, to get ready kind of thing. And
they were slow.
Yeah.
Out of the gate, no question.
So hopefully maybe they'll get back in if they can get by Vancouver. But Vancouver, the first couple games out looked like a much better team. And, maybe it's just that sluggishness of getting back into routine. But, the Blues are out of mine. So we're at number 2 now?
You gave your 3 was
Avalanche.
Colorado?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
number 2?
Me? Is it my turn?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. The Vegas Golden Knights. I almost feel like I completely overlooked them, coming in, and they looked impressive in their series win over, I got it right here,
Chicago.
which,
Bye-bye, Blackhawks.
Yeah, doesn't break my heart to see the Blackhawks out of the playoffs.
No.
Although I do like that logo. I will miss that logo on the front of their sweater.
So I agree with you that Vegas is number 2. That's where I have them on my list.
Okay.
New addition. They were a team that was in the round robin.
Mm-hmm.
They were not the 1 seed, but they've played their way up to the 1 seed. That doesn't mean anything in terms of home ice,
right,
at all. But it
there
gives
is
you
no.
momentum.
Well, I was going to say the only teams that could have had home ice in this are Edmonton and Toronto, and neither one are still playing.
They did not take advantage.
No,
of the home ice. Vegas. I don't know. You look at who they played. Sure, the Blackhawks are the Blackhawks. If you get a hot Corey Crawford and net, you can't beat them.
Right. I mean, you still got
get some Taves and Kane in there a little bit.
Yeah.
They showed up last night, but they were eliminated by the Golden Knights. I wouldn't be surprised if Vegas loses next round. The Blackhawks are not spectacular.
Right.
They took care of business. Vegas did.
Mm-hmm.
And, they're a really good hockey team. They're a club that went straight to the Cup finals their first season. And then people thought, they're going to fall off.
And I think
and they
maybe that's
haven't.
why I didn't put them in the top 5 is I didn't want to fall into the hype of, last year and then now. Can it really happen 2 years in a row? I mean, that would be something.
It really would.
I mean, that's to me, and I'm trying to think back, just that's unprecedented, I got to believe, in the history of professional sports, that an expansion team would advance to the finals of a sport in its first 2 years. That really is, if that happens, that's kind of a story that no one is really talking about.
No, the NHL might get some more national attention.
Well,
if something like that happens. You mean the traditional powers of Detroit, Chicago?
Well, they didn't advance to the finals 2 years in a row. Sorry. It'd be 2 out of 3, wouldn't it?
I think so. But
yeah, because last year the Blues won it, so they had to come out of the West. So 2 out of 3 even would still be pretty impressive.
Sure would.
Because who'd they lose to the first year? Washington? Was that the year the Capitals won it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago.
Yeah. So,
But, I got, right now I have no problem with Vegas at 2.
Okay.
Next week they could be out of my top 5.
They could be. Yeah.
I mean, you're playing Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago this year.
Not what they once were.
Not a good team.
Not what they once were.
No.
Solid, but not what they once were.
No. Some good play to get to the get through the qualifying, but they're done playing hockey this season. My number 1, I think this is a team that you dropped out of your top 5.
Uh-oh.
They're still number 1 until someone proves me otherwise. The Boston Bruins.
Yeah.
Controversy. They're number 1.
I don't
Tuukka
dislike
Rask
it.
Opted out.
I know.
And that was big, big news. And he's going to take heat for it.
Yeah.
But they won.
They did. They're up 3 games to 1 in their series over the Hurricanes. So, they should, I would guess, close that out. I assume they play tonight.
Yeah, this afternoon at 4.
This afternoon, yeah.
So I expect them to advance tonight, get the win over a feisty Carolina team. But, man, there's so much there for Boston.
I just don't know that they can stay where they've been without Rask and net. We're going to find out. They could very easily be back in my top 5 the next time we do this.
Yes.
They're a good team, no question. I mean, they're always a threat to win the East, in recent years, and they're pretty solid still.
Yep, Halak was good in net.
Yeah.
The other night.
Yeah.
The defense is going to have to step it up.
I might regret taking them out of my top 5. You've got them at number 1.
I got them at number 1. That's my thing with the Lakers.
We're going to have to get you a Bruins sweater.
We know a guy that could maybe hook us up with one.
There's a guy locally that maybe could get one of those for you?
Maybe.
Okay.
But, man, Boston's won.
Yeah.
Like I said, until they prove otherwise, they got the tools to go the rest of the way.
Yeah, well, my number one comes from the same conference, and it's a team that, I've been pretty sold on all along. I think they were the 2 the last time. I think the Bruins were my 1, and they fell all the way out.
Just with Tuukka.
Yeah, I think that's just, I don't know that you can lose your starting goaltender in the middle of the playoffs and win it. That'd be a good story if they do. I mean, that's for sure. But the Tampa Bay Lightning, I just think they've looked strong. They're up 3-1 on Columbus, who is a pretty decent hockey team. I mean, not great, but they're decent. And I just like how they've looked. I've had a chance to watch them. It's been a close, gritty series. But I like Tampa. I just, there's something about them that I still think they're capable of winning a Stanley Cup. And so I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Lightning as my number 1.
If you're looking for a chip on the shoulder team, it's Tampa.
Yeah.
Last year, win the President's Trophy, most points in the league,
and
then get swept.
It's kind of like those old Red Wings teams. They would have a great regular season and then get knocked out in the playoffs. And they finally figured out how to win. Now, Tampa has won, so they know how to win. It's just a matter of getting back there. And so I don't like Tampa. I'm going with Tampa.
And they're not even in my top 5.
Wow.
They're not even sniffing it, John.
Wow.
We're going to go to break, top of the hour, sports update. John will have those, and then it's more sports talk inside the cave till 9 o'clock here on 96.5 The Cave, 965thecave.com.
I'm Stan the Man, I am, and I have to say it feels quite warm outside today. But summer thunderstorms are now the norm, and older roofs can spring leaks. Pesky roof leaks can creep and seep and make your walls and ceilings weep. Flat roofs are steep. The cats in the blue hats at Diversified Roofing can fix that straight away. Call 1-800-668-1928 today, and we'll make those leaks all go away. With Diversified's fair rates, rebates, and financing that's great, that's 1-800-668-1928. You won't get taken for a ride when you call Diversified. We're Master Elite certified and GAF roofing that's tried and true. We're state licensed and fully insured too. Your roof's installed professionally with honesty and pride when you call Diversified at 1-800-668-1928. Here's our website too for you. For Stan the Man and the Cats in the Blue Hats, that's DiversifiedRoofingLLC.com. Again, that's DiversifiedRoofingLLC.com.
It's another work day. Did you dread going to work today? Well, work doesn't have to feel like that every week. JTech invites you to apply for production operators now, including a signing bonus, $13.50 starting pay with a raise after 30 days, and career advancement opportunities, attendance and quota incentives, overtime opportunities, 14 paid holidays, plus paid vacation time, health benefits, and a 401k and more. Feel appreciated at work. Go to jtechllc.com to apply. jtechllc.com and get more from your job.
There's a lot of talk about germs, especially these crazy virus germs. We are aware and have a solution to stop them inside your vehicle. At Gary's Quick Lube, we are offering ViraGuard. The ViraGuard system is a dry fog disinfecting system that uses nanotechnology to disinfect deep within soft surfaces and cracks that liquids or mist just can't get to. For additional information, call us at 423-1412 or stop in and see us at 1360 West Chicago Boulevard in Tecumseh. Let Gary's Quick Lube clean your germs away.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players and get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
The Springs BP on West US 223 near Onstead Highway is your locally owned one-stop convenience store. The Springs BP Beer Cave is fully stocked and has a huge selection of craft beer along with all of the standards. If you're looking for something a little different, they have a variety of prepared cocktails and drink mixes plus state minimum prices on their huge selection of liquor. The Springs BP also has propane tank exchanges, fishing licenses, and bait. So if you're headed to the lake for the weekend or just heading home, make sure you stop and shop at the Springs BP.
The best in regional sports from Southeast Michigan. WLEN Adrian, HD2, W243AD, 96.5 The Cave.
96.5 The Cave. Lenawee County Sports. Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. This is Inside the Cave on 96.5 FM and 965thecave.com. Sports talk radio with a local angle, where we give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports, interview area coaches and players, and get you ready to start your day.
Good morning.
Now grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass, because it's time to go inside the cave.
Our number 2 inside the cave.
Probably our best 60-minute performance of the year.
Well, thank you so much.
You got to find a way to replicate what you did.
All right, let's do it. Ian Wen, John Roberts, Inside the Cave. Glad to have you back with us. We're here till 9 o'clock this morning. Inside the Cave is weekdays, 7 to 9 o'clock. So we thank you for making us a part of your morning. It's time for...
Now for an Inside the Cave sports update.
Take it away.
Hey, thanks, Ian. We've heard about high school football being canceled for the fall, but other fall sports will proceed as scheduled during the coronavirus pandemic. One of them is volleyball. Steve Barkway checked in with Tecumseh coach Kelsey Lindquist.
You know, Steve, it's been tough because, I really want the girls to be able to play, and I have about 7 seniors who want to have their senior season, and we've just been waiting for the MHSAA to make a final decision as to when we can have our season. They told us we are able to start outside, so we have been practicing at the pit, which has 2 beach courts, so that's been nice, but we're still kind of waiting to see what the final plan is as to when we can compete, so hopefully we hear that soon.
That was Tecumseh volleyball coach Kelsey Lindquist. More with her this week. Adrian College is proceeding with plans to play football this fall, finding some opponents to schedule. Steve Barkway also got the latest with Bulldog head coach Jim Deere.
We're looking at 4 games in the fall, and then the possibility of playing for a league title with 6 games in the spring. So that's kind of where we're at. We've secured, it looks like, 3 opponents. Don't have exact dates. Still working on the 4th one. Looks like as early as we would play would be September 26th, and then if not, then it'd be the first weekend in October, and basically play through October and be done by November 1st.
That's Adrian College Bulldog football coach Jim Deere. Tariq Skubal made his major league pitching debut for the Tigers last night. As their current number 5 prospect in the farm system, he is projected to win many games over the next several years. But his debut against the White Sox didn't go as hoped, losing 10-4 against the surging Sox, winners of 4 in a row. The Tigers are headed in the opposite direction, dropping 7th straight. Chicago is the most successful offensive team against the Tigers this season, so it was a tough assignment for his opener. The 23-year-old left-hander gave up a leadoff home run to last year's reigning American League batting champ, Tim Anderson. He told the media that he tried to gather himself after that mentally and physically.
Just trying to settle down after that, make some good pitches, some quality pitches, and then get out of that inning, which I did. And in the second inning, just trying to do the same thing, make quality pitches and get outs. Unfortunately, I wish I could get a couple pitches back, but it's part of the game.
And that audio courtesy of MLive.com. He gave up 4 runs on 7 hits and 1 walk. 52 pitches were needed to get through 2 innings, and he finished with only 1 strikeout. Up next tonight, Tiger fans, their top prospect and number 1 overall draft pick 2 years ago, Casey Mize, makes his major league debut. The Lions' defensive line is already thin and may have lost their 7th-round pick. Defensive lineman Jay Sean Cornell suffered a pretty serious leg injury, according to Matt Patricia. TJ Hawkinson was back on the field after his ankle injury last season and says he's 100%. Lions' recent top pick, defensive back Jeff Okudah, has been struggling so far in covering the Lions' top receivers, learning of the challenges of transitioning to the next level. The promising defensive back lost both of his one-on-one battles against fellow rookie Quintez Cephas and Kenny Galladay on Tuesday. Probably shouldn't put too much into that. He said Cephas was the hardest guy he had to cover in college when he played at Wisconsin, and Kenny Galladay's pretty good.
And there's a lot of size there.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, number 1 pick in this past NFL draft, quarterback Joe Burrow of the Bengals, sort of feeling things out in camp as well.
It felt good to be back out there in pads, and a lot of people were talking about how weird it felt to put the shoulder pads on because they haven't been on in so long. But it was good to be back out there. It was okay. It wasn't what you'd like to see on a red zone day, but it was the first one. It started raining a little bit. Obviously, I'd like to play better than I did, and I know as an offense we'd like to play better than we did.
That was Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow. Michigan State has moved to online classes this fall, but the same is true at North Carolina, except unlike the Spartans, they will be playing football for the moment. The change does not impact how North Carolina football prepares for the upcoming season, but other universities are taking note. ESPN's Paul Feinbaum.
By itself, this is not enough to kill football in the ACC, but, and here's the big but, if you see this on more campuses, it really puts the pressure on the college administrators to justify playing football in an environment where it's not safe for students to go. It's so obvious that this is a problem.
And that was ESPN's Paul Feinbaum. Many have said you can't have football without students on campus, so the latest development puts more pressure on administrators to make the right call. The Tar Heels are scheduled to open the season September 12th against Syracuse. And finally, some NBA playoff scores. Last night, Orlando 122, Milwaukee 110, Miami 113, Indiana 101, Houston 123, Oklahoma City 108, and Portland knocking off the top-seeded Los Angeles Lakers 100-93. That's it, Ian.
That's for the Lakers losing the other night.
Yep.
Bum, bum, bum. So that's a good segue into our next list for the day. It's our NBA Top 5 2.0 playoff edition. Is that enough words for you guys to get things going here this morning? If you missed it, the NHL Top 5, you can go back and listen to it as this show is saved and uploaded online on our YouTube channel. It's Lenawee Broadcasting Company on YouTube. Once I get it up online, I'll share it on social media as well, so you can just click it and go back and listen anytime.
Probably should give you a little time after the show's over to do that, though, shouldn't they?
I'm pretty busy today.
Yeah,
so it might be tonight.
Okay.
Not today.
So tonight.
Yeah.
If you want to fall asleep to the sound of Inside the Cave, you can listen to it.
You could. So, NBA.
Yep.
Top 5.
Yep.
Just overall, how many changes? I don't think I had too many.
I have none.
None? It's
None.
exactly the same?
Well,
Or they
the same
around?
teams.
All right. Let's get to it. I'll kick it off with my number 5 NBA team. I don't think they were in my original. I should have saved the paper. I can't find it anywhere in my mess of an office. The Celtics from Boston are my number 5 team in the NBA. Young team, competitive team. I think they'll take care of the 76ers. Not sure about the next round, but I like Boston at number 5.
They are also my number 5. They were my number 5 last time, and I like them for a lot of the same reasons as you. I think they take care of the 76ers. Be interesting to see. Depends who they match up with, I guess, in the next round. But I like them. I like them to get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
So who do you have at number 4?
At number 4, still the Denver Nuggets.
Really?
I like the Denver Nuggets. Yeah, I think they're a really good team. They got, just a lot of quality players. They lead the Jazz 1-0 so far. So if they can get by the Jazz, they're probably going to play the top seed. I can't remember if the NBA reseeds everything. Do you play the highest seed, or do you play, if you're the 4 seed and you win your first round, do you play the winner of 1 versus 8, or do you play the highest seed if one gets knocked off? Some leagues do it differently. I can't remember how the NBA does it, to be honest with you. But I like the Nuggets.
Okay. Some might view that as controversial. A lot of people do like the Jazz. Their opponent in the first round.
Yeah.
I think that'll be an extremely competitive first-round matchup between those two. Neither of them in my top 5, though.
Okay.
Number 4, till they lose, I'm not going to take them out. Toronto. The Raptors.
I like the Raptors.
Leading the Nets 1-0 in their series. They play this afternoon at 1:30. No Kawhi. Doesn't seem to be an issue for the Raptors. They just keep chugging along. They got all the pieces. Less Kawhi, but apparently those pieces are
still pretty good.
So I have them at 4.
They probably are like number 6 for me. They were like the next team in, I would say. My number 3, the Milwaukee Bucks. I still like them as the best team in the East. I know they lost their first game to Miami, but I think they'll bounce back and win that series, and I think they'll win the East eventually.
Identical. Number 3, Milwaukee. They're going to make it to the Eastern Conference Final. They might trip and stumble to get there. You saw that in their first game. That upset loss to the Magic. They're going to figure it out. Giannis is still Giannis. Don't put too much stock into a 1-0 series deficit for Milwaukee. Good team. They're going to make it to the finals. Milwaukee at 3.
Okay.
Number 2.
I have the Los Angeles Lakers. They dropped in my top 5. I had them at number 1 the last time, but watching the game last night against Portland, what a lot of the quote-unquote experts said would give the Lakers problems did. The inability to defend on the perimeter, and they don't shoot well. They're not a good shooting team. And it's a shooter's game anymore. So that makes me a little nervous. I did put out a Twitter poll, Ian, which number 1 seed should be more worried after losing their opening game, the Bucks or the Lakers? So my number 2 is the Lakers.
My number 2 are the Clippers. Same town. Very powerful team. The only way they would flip-flop for me, Clippers and Lakers, is if they match up in the Western Conference Final and the Clippers win.
Okay.
So
that's fair.
You're number 1 till you're not.
Okay.
I know you lost the first game, and I do think they should be more nervous than the Bucks, but LA is going to advance the Lakers, that is. So Clippers stay at number 2. Great team, Kawhi. It's almost becoming his league. Not yet. Just wait your turn. But Clippers at number 2.
Okay, and I have the Clippers at number 1. I just think they're a little better defensively than the Lakers. So we'll see. I just think they're a little better overall team. Yeah. I had them at number 2. Watched the Lakers play a little bit. here in the bubble, and not that the Clippers have looked tremendously impressive, but I don't know if they're – I don't know. Just something about the Lakers. Maybe it's recency bias after they lost last night. I don't like them as much today as I did before.
It could be. I have the LA Lakers at number 1. I'm learning throughout my sports life, don't bet against Tom Brady. Don't bet against LeBron James.
Yeah.
He's still a Laker. He's still the best.
Yeah.
So his team is number 1. Anthony Davis still contributing for the Lakers. They will bounce back, and I think they'll be fine against Portland. But, it could be a 6-game series instead of a 5-game win for the Lakers.
And it really is interesting because normally, whether it's hockey or basketball, not normally at this time of the year because they'd already be done, but this year, I think normally in the playoffs you'd be talking about home court advantage or home ice advantage, and it's really not a factor. It's not. And I think, does that give some of your underdogs a better chance, especially in maybe the 4-5 matchups or the 3-6 matchups? Does that give that lower seed a legitimate shot to win those series, maybe more than ever, because you don't have to go on the road into a hostile arena and play. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how many lower seeds advance in the first round of both the NBA and the NHL playoffs.
Yeah, we've seen the qualifiers for the NHL.
Yeah.
Montreal. Advancing.
Yeah.
Columbus advancing. 2
low seeds.
Right.
And you don't have to travel. You're all there together, and it's interesting.
A lot of tape available there. Scouting's a lot easier.
Well, and I think about that. The more you think about it, think about March Madness and how often those low seeds upset a top seed. Well, you're not playing on that top seed's home floor. And generally nowhere near their campus, sometimes thousands of miles away from their campus. So they don't have that huge fan base built in. And, maybe that's why upsets happen, is you take the crowd out of it. And so it'll be interesting to see as the playoffs unfold, how many of those lower seeds pull quote-unquote upsets.
So do you want to play a quick pick'em game?
Sure.
For the NBA?
Sure.
All right, there's 4 games today and tonight.
All right.
We'll start it off. Game 2 between the Nets and the Raptors at 1:30. Toronto leads 1-0. We won't pick the score. We'll pick the winner, and we'll do by how many.
Ooh.
I'll go first.
Go.
Since it was my little game I just made up 12 seconds ago. I think the Raptors will advance in the series, but they'll lose game 2. I've somehow watched more Brooklyn in the bubble than any other team. They just happen to be on. And when they can shoot the 3, they shoot the 3. I think Brooklyn catches fire tonight or this afternoon. They beat the Raptors by 4 to even the series.
Karis LeVert is like on fire for Brooklyn. I mean, they don't have Kevin Durant. They don't have Kyrie Irving. And
yeah, look out for next year.
They could be tough down the road, when those guys are healthy and playing next year. I'm going to go with the Raptors. I think they moved to 2-0, and I think it's a close game. I think this is maybe a more even series than a lot of people want to admit. And but I'm going to go with the Raptors to make it 2-0, and I'll go by 4 points. So
right,
we both think by 4. Yeah. It'll be close. I mean, the Nets have showed a lot of toughness and courage, and they got to feel pretty good about what they're building there in Brooklyn.
So we don't know who wins, but we know they'll win by 4.
Correct.
As a consensus. Okay.
Correct.
Utah Jazz, Denver Nuggets. Game 2 today at 4 o'clock. Denver up 1-0 in the series. I'm going Utah by a wider margin. I think they'll win by 6 to even this series up. They will figure out, all right, we're a good team. We're seated pretty high in the West. A lot of people think we're good. We're going to play well, take care of business, beat Denver by 6.
I think the Nuggets win, and I think they win by 2 in overtime.
Whoa. Okay.
I think this is the most. I'm looking at it. I think this is the most evenly matched. Man,
yeah,
I think this is the most evenly matched series in the first round of the playoffs. I think it's going to be however many games it goes. They're all going to be close. But I'm going to go with my Nuggets because I got them in my top 5. So.
That's right. Those are two teams sort of waiting for the Lakers to fall off of that top spot in the West, and they can just.
I mean, they're both those teams that probably are like a piece away from being a serious championship contender. So,
Game 2 tonight, 6:30, Boston and Philly. Boston up 1-0. I think Boston makes it 2-0. Injury concerns for the 76ers. They're starting to unravel a little bit. Boston comfortably. The number in my head is 12-point win. That seems high, but I'm going with it.
All right. I'm going to go Celtics by 8. They're in my top 5. I got to go with the Celtics. I just think they're a better basketball team right now than Philadelphia.
One more before we go to break. Game 2, Clippers, Mavericks. Clippers up 1-0 in the series. They play tonight at 9 o'clock. John, who's going to win and by how many?
I'm going to go with the Mavericks. I think they pull off the upset in this one. Put a little fear in the Clippers. That's another young team that's on the rise. That's going to be a good basketball team with a good owner, a good. I think the Mavericks are a team to look out for in the next 4 or 5 years. But I'm going to go with them by 4.
Mavericks are, like you said, a couple years away. Clippers might sweep them. L.A. comfortably tonight at 9 o'clock. Luka's a great basketball player. No question about it. Yes.
I mean, they got some players. I think this is the only game the Mavericks win, though.
Okay. I think the Clippers win it. I think they win it by 10 over Dallas to take a 2-0 series lead. So there we go. Those are our who wins and by how many for the NBA playoffs tonight. Stay tuned in. We'll have more Inside the Cave coming up next with Ian Wendt, yours truly, and John Roberts. Stick around.
Hi, this is Dennis from Abbey Carpet and Floor, and it's easier than ever to tap into the convenience of smart home technology during the Hunter Douglas Smart Shade Savings Event that's going on now through September 7th. Enjoy valuable rebates starting at $150 on qualifying purchases of Hunter Douglas motorized shades like insulating duet honeycomb shades or dramatic pirouette window shades or the revolutionary Sonnet cellular roller shades, all equipped with the advanced wireless technology of PowerView motorization. Using this smart technology, the associated smart hub, and the mobile devices you use every day, you can easily program your motorized shades to move automatically to the scenes and schedules you set. Plus, PowerView integrates easily with some of the most popular home automation systems, intelligent shades, and smart savings. Connect with rebates now through September 7th. Limitations and restrictions apply, so ask us for details. Abbey Carpet and Floor, America's choice in floor fashion since 1958.
At the CPA firm of Donna Baker and Associates, they aren't just available at tax time. They're available all year long, providing expertise in a large range of individual and business services, including federal and state tax returns, startup planning, and consultation. Directing you through today's complex and ever-changing tax and accounting environments takes more than a once-a-year service. Donna Baker and Associates, partnering with clients to build a successful future. Find them in downtown Adrian, on Facebook, and online at donnabakercpa.com.
What are you noticing when you look around your home? Hi, this is Sherry Hall with Carpet on Wheels. By using our design center, we will assist you in making simple changes that will breathe new life into your surroundings. Sometimes just adding different accent colors or textures will do it. At Carpet on Wheels, you'll find both area rugs and blinds that can achieve your goals. So stop in to see us in downtown Tecumseh. For the quality you need and the service you deserve, only at Carpet on Wheels.
I'm Stan the Man I Am, and I have to say it feels quite warm outside today. But summer thunderstorms are now the norm, and older roofs can spring leaks. Pesky roof leaks can creep and seep and make your walls and ceilings weep. Flat roofs are steep. The cats in the blue hats at Diversified Roofing can fix that straight away. Call 1-800-668-1928 today, and we'll make those leaks all go away. With Diversified's fair rates, rebates, and financing that's great, that's 1-800-668-1928. You won't get taken for a ride when you call Diversified. We're Master Elite certified and GAF roofing that's tried and true. We're state licensed and fully insured too. Your roof's installed professionally with honesty and pride when you call Diversified at 1-800-668-1928. Here's our website too for you. For Stan the Man and the cats in the blue hats, that's diversifiedroofingllc.com. Again, that's diversifiedroofingllc.com.
Hi, I'm Jim.
And I'm Lisa.
As the new owners of Noggle Heating and Cooling, we assure you that we are still your local Lennox dealer.
Don't just guess if you're getting the best. We know you'll feel comfortable in your home with a Lennox. A Lennox will make the air cooler, warmer, drier, cleaner, and better, with innovative systems that are exceptionally quiet and energy efficient.
Our crew has the expertise and resources to serve you in the best possible way.
Call 423-3121. We're ready to serve you at Noggle Heating and Cooling.
We invite you to explore the exceptional learning experience available for all K-12 students at Tecumseh Virtual Academy. The TVA's online learning platforms provide students with the flexibility to learn at their own level, anywhere, anytime, and be aligned with state requirements. With equipment and our experienced support staff provided and an 8-year track record of success, we invite you to contact Tecumseh Virtual Academy to explore your students' options. Go to TVA Tecumseh online or find our link on WLEN.com.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players and get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
Even though school buildings are closed statewide for the remainder of the school year, the Lenawee Intermediate School District has been hard at work developing and implementing a continuity of learning plan for our students. This is a unique challenge, and LISD instructors and support staff have worked diligently to provide a variety of distance learning options that best suit the needs of each student. The LISD appreciates your patience and understanding as we learn together how best to serve Lenawee students during this unprecedented time. To view our learning plan and the latest COVID-19 updates, visit lisd.us/COVID19.
When trades are made, when records are broken, when championships lay in the balance, we've got you covered. 96.5 The Cave.
You're Inside the Cave. Ian Wentz, John Roberts. It's 8:28 on a Wednesday morning, August 19th. Thanks for sticking with us. We're going to get to some virtual Diamond League action. It's our last week, believe it or not. Who will be in the championship? We do know one. We're awaiting the other. Also, think football. Think movies. Football movies. We're trying to figure out what movie in that genre is the best or is your favorite. So we'll talk about that a little bit later and the virtual Diamond League. But since we picked the NBA games, we got our NHL fans going, okay,
hey, what about us?
Are you going to pick our games You going to pick them wrong again, Ian? No. I'm going to be right today. We're going to get it.
Yep.
We're going to pick who wins. It's a little tougher in hockey, but who wins and by how many?
Ooh.
Yep. So we got 5 games today.
If you're a hockey fan, you just got to love today. Starts at noon and goes till well after midnight.
You're going to wear out your couch today watching hockey.
Yeah.
You're going to form a trail from your couch to your fridge all day.
Get your poutine and
your vinegar
and all those
moose
other
meat. I don't
moose
know,
meat.
Whatever. Blue Jackets Lightning today at noon. Tampa Bay, one of your 5 and your Power 5.
My number 1.
Your number 1.
They close it out today.
They do?
Yep. I'm going to say 4-2. They close it out. Empty netter late. Bingo, bango, bongo, as Mickey Redmond says.
I think they score one more. I think they beat the Blue Jackets 5-2. Still an empty netter, but they win by 3. You know, Columbus played a really tough series with Toronto.
Yep.
Great for them to get that win and make it back, but the Lightning are out to prove that last year was a fluke, and they can get it done. So I like Tampa by 3 to advance. Next game, 4 o'clock. My number 1 team, Boston, up 3-1 on the Carolina Hurricanes. Who wins by how many? That's the question.
Me first?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay, go.
Boston's going to win the series. Carolina steals one. They steal one this afternoon, 2-1 over Boston to keep their hopes alive. But I think Boston will take care of them in 6.
Okay, I'm with you. I like Carolina today. I think 3-1. They're up 2-1. They get an empty netter late. Just creates a little drama in that series with Tuukka Rask pulling the pin and opting out. Maybe some questions about the Bruins goaltending. So I'm going to go with Carolina to create a little suspense.
They're still my number 1. Don't get me wrong.
Still a
Boston's
good team.
Number 1 for me in the NHL. They will advance, but you'll have to wait a couple days.
Okay, Bruins fans. Hang on. Ian's predicting
You'll
it.
get there. It'll be fine.
That's right. Show a little patience.
Colorado leads their series against Arizona, the Coyotes. They play at 5:30 today. Who wins and by how many? Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado. I'm with you. Go ahead. What's your score?
Oh, my score. 3-0.
Yeah, I think it's going to be big. I think Colorado wins big today. I'll go 4-0. I think they shut them out.
Last game, I believe it was 7-1 in favor of the Avalanche, and the Avalanche keeps rolling.
I think the Yotes are done like dinner.
Yes. So a couple of shutouts, 3-0, 4-0. So Avalanche fans, if there are any of you out there in the listening area, rejoice. You're moving on. According to us this morning.
It's got to be tough to be an Avalanche fan within the range of our listening.
If you are, you don't show it or really say it.
Yeah, because of
you just quietly sit in your
rivalry
den
with
and
the
go,
Red Wings over the years.
Yeah. Yep. The first of 2 night games, 8 o'clock tonight. Philadelphia takes their 3-1 series lead to take on the Montreal Canadiens. Who wins it by how many?
I'm going to go with the Flyers closing it out. I think 5-2.
Carey Price, the goalie for Montreal, will stand on his head one more night. He buys the Canadiens another game. Philly will win the series in 6. But the Canadiens win tonight 2-1. Could be a late goal.
Yeah.
Could be scoring early and then nothing. I think Carey Price has one more heroic effort in him, and it's going to be tonight to give his team a chance. But they're going down in 6. They're not going down in 5.
Okay.
Nightcap, 10:30 for all you night owls. St. Louis Blues on a 2-game win streak against the Vancouver Canucks. Series tied at 2. So no one will advance from this series tonight, but the winning team is one win closer. Who wins and by how many? I'll go.
Go.
Blues are in my Power 5. They figured it out. They know who they are. They win this game. Vancouver, they're a quality hockey team. I think they were appreciated, undervalued in a way going into this. I think they got a unfortunate draw to get St. Louis as the 4 seed. A lot of people thought the Blues would be the 2 or the 1, and the Canucks would play a closer team, but St. Louis flexes their muscle. They win it. High scoring, 5-3 tonight over Vancouver.
I think St. Louis wins the series. I don't think they win tonight. I think this one's going 7. I like Vancouver tonight. Yeah, it's going to be high scoring. I'll say 5-3. Vancouver. Yep, the other way.
It's going to be tough. I mean, to win 3 straight, which would be what St. Louis would do if they win tonight.
Right.
It happens.
It does.
But I get where you're coming from.
Yeah. I just think Vancouver's going to turn the momentum back in their way. But I think St. Louis wins it in 7. They'll win the next 2.
So very intriguing matchups today for the NHL. Blue Jackets, Lightning at noon. Canes, Bruins at 4. Yotes, Avalanche at 5:30. Canadians, Flyers at 8. And then the Blues and Canucks puck drop at 10:30 tonight. Chances tomorrow for teams to advance. Dallas up 3-2 over the Flames. Islanders over the Capitals, 3-1 in their series. So those games are set for tonight or tomorrow. No time yet. Those will be set probably later in the night tonight.
Yeah, TBD.
Tune in for TBD. So there you go. That's who wins and by how many, NHL style here inside the cave.
So our hockey fans don't gripe. Equal treatment.
Yes, we got our NBA and NHL. I'll bring up our Twitter question again today. We talked about it at length in the first hour in case you missed it. Casey Mize starting his Major League career tonight for the Tigers against the White Sox. What's your expectation or hope for him tonight and going forward? We gave our thoughts in the first hour. I'll pitch our YouTube channel one more time, Lenawee Broadcasting Company. You can go on YouTube, check it out. Once I get them uploaded, they'll be posted there and shared on our social media, Twitter, Facebook. So like us, follow us. You can listen back to the show and all of our inaccurate predictions and all of our, hey, they got it right. These guys know what they're talking about.
Yeah. And that's every show, not just today. You can listen to any show.
Yep. Interviews with coaches, players.
If you missed something, you really wanted to listen to it, now you can. The magic of technology.
Yes, the magic of radio. What's up next, John?
Hey,
what's on your mind?
What's on my mind?
Yeah.
Well, let's see, I ate breakfast, so I'm not hungry.
I was going to say, you're thinking of lunch?
No.
Oh, no.
No.
What's on your sports mind?
Sports mind. Well, interesting, Ian. A lot of talk in the last week or so. High school sports have started here in Michigan. High school sports have started across the border in Ohio. Last night or yesterday evening, early evening, Ohio came out and said they're going to go ahead with fall sports for high school as planned by the OHSAA. Football does look a little different in Ohio this year. They're playing 6 games, and after 6 games, they'll start the playoffs with every high school in Ohio will be in the playoffs. That's not normally how it goes. And then as the playoffs progress, once you're eliminated from the playoffs in Ohio, you can pick up games with other teams that have been eliminated from the playoffs in an effort to, I think, get up to 10 games, which is the normal schedule. So that's kind of Ohio's plan going forward. And there are states that do this, a similar, Indiana, that's how their football has been for many years. They play 8 games, and your 9th game is the first game of the playoffs. Everybody's in the playoffs, and then you kind of go from there through the playoffs. So Ohio kind of is taking that model with a few less regular season games. So it'll be interesting, I think, to see if that's what Michigan does. Michigan has basically come out and said that spring football will not be your 9-game schedule like it would have been in the fall. So you're going to see fewer regular season games in football. So it'll be interesting to see where the MHSAA goes with that. I think you'll see something very similar to Ohio. But it'll be interesting to see. There's been a lot of discussion, a lot of social media back and forth on high school football in Michigan.
So yesterday it was Ohio's governor, Mike DeWine, saying we're going forward with football. The OHSAA, right?
Yep.
They've said we're going to play. That's also what the MHSAA has said.
Yes.
Now, Governor Whitmer did not come out and say we're canceling high school football, correct?
She did not.
Or
no.
postponing, I should say. That was the MHSAA.
Correct. That was their statement, was that they are moving football to the spring.
Would you like to work hand in hand with the governor? Yes.
Sure.
I think they've done it before.
Sure.
And both sides have said, we're talking to the other.
Yes.
We're dealing with experts and what they think. And, it seemed odd that it wasn't sort of in a joint statement or joint press release or joint conference kind of thing where
yes,
MHSAA and the governor says we're not moving forward. It seemed odd to me.
Right. And I think, this just came across on social media. Today on The Huge Show, which you can listen to right here at 3 o'clock, Mark Ewell, the executive director of the MHSAA, will be on The Huge Show today with the latest update on fall sports at Michigan High School. So we should hopefully know a little bit more, whether that will be all football, because we still have some other sports that are, fall sports. Cross country, girls golf, boys tennis, sounds like they're going off without any restrictions, any changes maybe to their schedule. So those are a go, it looks. Well, there's some modifications to what you can do this season in those sports, but they look like they're going to happen as planned. But volleyball for girls, as we heard Coach Lindquist from Tecumseh talk about, they can't get in the gym right now. And, that's kind of important in the sport of volleyball. I don't know if you've seen it, but a lot of schools around the state have created temporary floors, like on their football fields and on their tennis courts at their schools. So they're practicing outdoors. I know a lot of local schools are practicing on grass surfaces right now, which it really isn't the same. I mean, it allows you to do some things. So volleyball right now, what's going to happen with that? So maybe we'll hear at 3 o'clock today that and maybe this will come, because this I think has to come from the governor. This isn't an MHSAA decision about
buildings.
Opening gyms, because no gyms, or not just school gyms, but your workout gyms where you go as a community person and go work out. Those aren't open yet.
If kids are in school,
I would think you have to open the
difference?
gym at some point, because you have
Yeah.
to have PE classes. I mean,
right, it's a good spot to distance.
Well, you would think you could do it somehow. I mean, and even if it's, right now, a lot of times your PE classes go outside if it's nice weather. But if you get a rainy day in September and you've got PE class, where are they going to go? You've got 40, maybe 50 kids, 60 kids in a couple sections of a gym class, same hour. They've got to go somewhere. So I would think that you could maybe almost see, and you could see school gyms be opened before private gyms, just for educational reasons. I don't know that I don't have. That's not like a bold prediction or anything like that.
Hot take.
Yeah, that's not where I'm going with that, but it would make maybe some level of sense. Not that maybe any of it makes sense, especially in some people's minds. But you might see school gyms open. And so that leads me to believe that volleyball is going to be okay. Maybe their season gets modified a little bit. And then the other one is swim and dive that we have a couple schools that have here locally because pools aren't open. And, I know Adrian's team has been practicing at Bone Pool. And, again, I guess we're fortunate that our community has an outdoor pool where they can practice at this time. And maybe that gives them a little bit of an advantage over some teams that can't practice right now. So, maybe we'll know more on those sports today, along with football, than what we know right now.
And how fortunate for us to have the huge show.
Yes.
On the Cave, weekdays 3 to 6.
Yeah.
They get great interviews.
Yes.
They're a fan of our show. We're a fan of theirs.
We're a fan of the huge show. He certainly gives us an occasional shout out for the work we do here, and we appreciate that. And what I like about that show is it's Michigan-based. Everything, well, not everything, but most things are about Michigan, whether it's professional or high school or college. And so that's a good show among a slew of good shows on our station.
Great afternoon slate.
Yes.
From 3 to 6.
Yep.
We need to take a break. We'll pay some of our bills. We'll be right back. We'll talk real quick about some of the top football movies out there. If you can't play football, you can watch a movie about it. Also, Diamond League, big game coming up tonight to determine the final team in the championship game. We'll be right back with Inside the Cave, Ian Wendt, and John Roberts.
You'll hit a home run every time with Hayes Insurance Agency.
Their team of independent agents will cover all the bases
and find you the right policy at the best price.
For your car, your home, your business, whatever you need.
Hayes Insurance, serving residents of Lenawee County and beyond for over a half century.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com. In 1968, Tigers great Jim Northrup hit 2 grand slams in one game.
And ever since, the Hayes Insurance Agency has been hitting grand slams for all its customers in Lenawee County and beyond.
For your car, your home, your farm, your business, count on Hayes Insurance Agency.
On Occidental Highway between Adrian and Tecumseh.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com.
Get your vehicle in shape for the summer with a complete cleanup at Beecher Street Car Wash and Auto Detailing. They will clean your vehicle inside and out. They offer detailing services like interior shampoo, hand wax, and buffing. Their expert staff will make your car, SUV, or van sparkle. They even do boats, RVs, and semis. Gift certificates available. Beecher Street Car Wash and Auto Detailing is open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. till 7 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. till 4 p.m. Ask about their monthly membership and their annual memberships. They're located on West Beecher Street next to Barrett's.
At DNP Communications, we value our community partnerships by ensuring when you work with us, you'll have the means to operate your business at peak functionality. Now, for a limited time, new customers can take advantage of our summer business bundle and get 175 meg internet connection paired with 1 business class phone line for $124.95 per month. DNP Communications, connecting you to what matters most.
Craig Culver of Culver's. Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players and get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
You'll hit a home run every time with Hayes Insurance Agency.
Their team of independent agents will cover all the bases
and find you the right policy at the best price.
For your car, your home, your business, whatever you need.
Hayes Insurance, serving residents of Lenawee County and beyond for over a half century.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com. In 1968, Tigers great Jim Northrup hit 2 grand slams in one game.
And ever since, the Hayes Insurance Agency has been hitting grand slams for all its customers in Lenawee County and beyond.
For your car, your home, your farm, your business, count on Hayes Insurance Agency.
On Occidental Highway between Adrian and Tecumseh.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com.
96.5 The Cave. Lenawee County Sports.
8:50 on a Wednesday morning, August 19th. Ian Wentz. That's me, John Roberts, across the way. Talking sports till 9 o'clock. Virtual Diamond League action getting set for the championship game. That's going to be played tomorrow. Thursday night at 6 o'clock, the championship game. We know one team that is in it. It was an upset of Madison and Clinton.
Yes.
Madison Trojans 2-0 win. That game was last night. You were on the call with Jeff.
Yes, 2 first-inning solo home runs, and that's all that we had for offensive action. Stood up. Madison wins 2-0.
And the matchup tonight, another team from the Cave Division.
Yep.
Morenci and Tecumseh. The winner of that game, it'll be aired tonight at 6 o'clock on the Cave, will play Madison for the championship on Thursday. The game tonight will be with John Kane and Pat Hayes. And I'll be on the call Thursday night with Jeff Bowman. The game will be on at 6 o'clock. And that'll be it for the Virtual Diamond League.
Wrapping it up.
Great run. It's been a long season.
Yes.
But it's all been worth it.
Yes.
A lot of fun. And
yep.
We did it for the kids and the Lenawee County community.
Yep.
Didn't
Hope
get
you
the
enjoyed
spring
it.
sports.
Hope you enjoyed it.
All right. Last couple minutes. Time to have some movie fun. We're talking football movies. American football. Don't come at us with, well, these are soccer movies. No, we're talking American football movies. What's your favorite? What's your funniest? What's the best movie? Now, we can just rattle these off for a couple minutes, but be part of the fun. Follow us on social media. John tweeted out the question yesterday, also a Facebook question. We've gotten some responses with that, but just to joggle your memory a little bit, I'll throw out a couple that might seem stupid, but are also serious. Waterboy, Adam Sandler. Rudy, that's a classic, going back a little bit. Air Bud, come on, Air Bud, playing football, of course. The Blind Side, to go more recent. We Are Marshall, the emotional story with the Marshall football team. A movie that might be underrated in this is Draft Day.
Yeah.
I really liked it when it came out. So those are just a few to sort of jog the memory.
I got some more here, Ian, if we want to just keep going.
We got time. Just keep going. People are going to sit back today and watch them.
This is an older one before your time, but Brian's Song, the story of Chicago Bear Brian Piccolo, who tragically died of cancer. Got to watch that one with some Kleenex, probably.
Yes.
The Rock in Gridiron Gang.
That's before my time, but it's up here for the top movies.
Did you say The Blind Side?
I did.
Okay. Everybody's All-American with Dennis Quaid. Little Giants.
Okay.
Necessary Roughness. It's a comedy. North Dallas 40. All the Right Moves. Tom Cruise in his early days as a high school football player. One of my favorites, actually. Came out while I was in high school, so I think that's why.
Yeah.
You said The Waterboy. The Replacements. A lot of people mention that one with Keanu Reeves. Leatherheads with George Clooney. The Longest Yard.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say that one?
No, I said it during the break.
Oh, okay. The Program. That was in the 90s with James Caan. It's about a college football program. Varsity Blues.
Okay.
This list has Jerry Maguire on it. I don't know if that's really a football movie, but I guess it has football in it. Kind of a controversial football movie with Will Smith, Concussion, where he played the doctor that was doing all the concussion research a few years ago. So interesting. We Are Marshall, of course. Remember the Titans. Any Given Sunday. Friday Night Lights.
There's so many good ones.
Yeah.
You didn't mention the comedy that
Rudy.
I brought up during the break.
The Best of Times. What was the one you said again? I forget.
It features an animal that's not Air Bud.
Oh, Gus. Those of us that are older, The Kicking Mule from many years ago, the Disney movie. I had totally forgotten about that as a football movie.
With Don Knotts.
Don Knotts in a football movie. Who'd have thunk it?
So you can leave your favorite or the funniest or the football movies can give you a range of emotions.
Yeah,
you can
the
laugh
best.
the whole time. It can be a perfectly scripted film, and acted very well. Serious, crying, laughing, suspending reality with Air Bud or Gus. So leave your comments up on our social media.
Invincible.
Any closing thoughts? We got to wrap up the show. We're
Lots
just
of good
out of here.
radio.
Man,
All right,
Johnny.
I'm done listing football movies.
All right, so go watch one today. Thanks for being part of the show today. I'll be back at it tomorrow with John Kane from 7 to 9. And JR will be back on Monday with Jeff Bowman. Don't forget, Diamond League tonight at 6 o'clock here on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
Motor Sales in Tecumseh is asking for your help. Please do your part and wear a face mask while you're in public spaces. Do it for the kids, if not for yourself. We want our kids to be able to go back to school this fall. A friendly reminder that you can shop Long's current inventory online at longmotorsales.net.
New to the lot this week at Long Motor Sales is a burgundy 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. This sporty SUV features a strong V6 engine, remote keyless entry, and four-wheel drive. With 130,000 miles, there's still a lot of life left on this one. Priced at $12,750. Stop in and tell Eric you want to take this car for a ride today.
If your vehicle needs an oil change or a major overhaul or repair, take it to Long's Automotive Service. Nathan Long has over 15 years of experience as a certified technician, giving you dealership quality service at a low price. Long Motor Sales and Long Automotive Service in Tecumseh. Long, a name you know and trust.
It's another work day. Did you dread going to work today? Well, work doesn't have to feel like that every week. JTech invites you to apply for production operators now, including a signing bonus, $13.50 starting pay with a raise after 30 days, and career advancement opportunities, attendance and quota incentives, overtime opportunities, 14 paid holidays, plus paid vacation time, health benefits, and a 401k and more. Feel appreciated at work. Go to jtechllc.com to apply. jtechllc.com and get more from your job.
We all know that Salsarias has fantastic authentic Mexican dishes like the signature Baja chicken salad and the queso blanco. What you might not know is they do catering platters for offices, schools, and events that they will deliver. Holy guacamole! Salsarias is open Monday through Saturday at 11 a.m. for inside and patio dining as well as for carryout. Find specials on Facebook. Call 423-0018 to order or come in and enjoy a beverage from their full bar along with a great lunch or dinner in downtown Tecumseh at Salsarias.
Life as a farmer has many sides. That's why we work with Nationwide, the #1 farm insurer, to help farmers and ranchers stay profitable and protected. With Nationwide, you can feel confident you're getting coverage that fits your operations needs. Find out how to help protect your farm or ranch. Call us today.
D.S. Johnson and Associates, located in Adrian, Morenci, and Monroe. Give them a call today at 517-263-2582.
For your many sides, there's Nationwide. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates, Columbus, Ohio. Subject to underwriting guidelines, review, and approval. Products and discounts not available to all persons in all states.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players. And get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
The best in regional sports from Southeast Michigan. WLEN Adrian, HD2, W243AD, 96.5 The Cave.
96.5 The Cave. Lenawee County Sports.